with the hi, hello, hi. Moving things around. Uh, 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 uh. Take a sippy whippy. I have had this cup since. Oh my gosh, was it the? Did we go to the Big E last year to see Styx in the pouring rain? I think it was. Good morning, Kathy. Almost afternoon. It's crazy, right? I think it was last year. I've been using this cup ever since, and supposedly, look how worn it is. I can take it back to the Big E and get as many lemonade refills as I want. I don't know. It was $6 or something, but I'm not going this year. There are other fairs around the area that I'm excited about going to. I can't wait. It's fair season. I love fair season. However, fair season marks the end of the summer is coming to an end. The end of the summer. No, the end. The beginning of the end of the summer. I hate that. I really do. It makes me sad. However, I like fair season. Hey, Scott. And hi, Cindy. Hi, Nancy. Everybody. Hi. Thank you for being here. Hi, Ariogina. Thank you so much for, taking a few minutes and being here on this Sunday. I actually like this day right now. What are you saying? Bring the camera down? Al's talking to me. So he said to bring it down. Bring it down. How's that? Probably good. You let me know. But he's not going to be on because he's like, I don't want to. Right, Al? They can't see you looking at me. It's so funny. Anywho, so let's see. 4 days until I melt in the Texas heat at Boy George, and then the next night back for Foreigner and Lover Boy. That will be so much fun. So today I've already had a full weekend. I've already had a full day. So I got to show you guys. I'll show you some things throughout the video. So we're going to do entertainment and music news, but I have to tell you, I got a great yard sale score yesterday. I mean, all day it was great. I got great stuff at every single yard sale I went to, but this one, oh my gosh, it was beyond. By the way, if you're new here, hi, my name is Kiki. What I like to do is talk about entertainment and music news, and we're just a fun family here. We have fun. We chat. We talk while I'm doing the news. Well, I try to do like the news pieces and then we'll chat. So if you like that and you like being a part of a community, we're a fun community. Everybody's really cool here, really nice, and I think you'll like it. So subscribe if you want to be a part of it and hit the like button. And there you go. So let me get into what I got yesterday. So my friend Sue and I went to yard sales. Now, I haven't been with yard selling with Sue in about a month because what Al and I have been doing on Saturdays, we'll go to like one or two. There haven't been barely any really this summer in July. Well, I should say in July. So we've been going to a couple and then we go out and we do our own thing. So when I'm with Sue, it's like Sue and I going yard sailing and then I take her home and then there you go. That's your day. So Al and I have just been doing stuff. But yesterday, Sue and I went yard sailing. Now, there was this one yard sale. My favorite types of yard sales we call them pop-ups. The pop-up yard sales are not advertised. They're nowhere to be found online. They're just signs that pop up. And they could be online, but maybe they put them on really late or first thing in the morning. And I'm sorry, I'm not checking first thing in the morning because I'm getting ready to leave the house at 6 a.m. to go yard sailing. And before I get ready to go yard sailing, I have to get ready. And I have to feed the dog and the cat, take the dog out, yada, yada, do my thing, make my bed. I have to make my bed. It drives me crazy. Like, I can't not do that. So I always have things to do. So we go to this one yard sale, the pop-up yard sale. And the woman was setting up. So we said, you know what? Let's go to this other one and then we'll come back. And that's exactly what we did. We went back. This was one of those things that happens really maybe once a year, maybe not. Now, when I show you guys this stuff, don't freak out. It was that great of a score. I'm not even kidding. And the cool thing is I'm keeping all of it for myself, like, because I love jewelry and I love this stuff. You're going to go, okay, so it's jewelry. Well, here's the first thing. Now, mind you, don't mind my disgustingly old looking hands for who I am. Now, this is a ring. You see how big this is. And the detail on the side is unbelievable. I'm not sure if you can really see that. But this is a sterling silver ring with a large stone in it. Okay. Now I'm going to get the bag. I know. Going to get the bag of rings. Now let me take out this paper. She was nice enough to put it in here so nothing would fall out. This bag is filled with sterling silver rings and bracelets. I know. How much did I pay for this bag? Look, do you hear that? Right? Seriously, you can see. $60. $60. And honestly, I know she would have taken less, but I like to be, well, you're probably saying, well, you weren't fair, but I was fair because she started at 30 and I said, no, I'm giving you 60. And it was more than, all right, let me show you some of these rings. Now, I literally took most of them. So here's one of them. These are unbelievable. And I'm telling you, they're so pretty. Like I can't even, and you can see why I would keep them for myself because they're too gorgeous to, I'm not selling any one of them. I'm not. I could, and I could probably get $30-$40 a ring. I'm not doing that. These are mine because you can't find these out in the wild because these are also, I don't know if you can really see, but they're older. These are older rings. They're older sterling rings. They're all marked 925. Every single one of them. And this bracelet is really cool. Look at this. Can you see that? Oh my gosh. It's just gorgeous. Oh, is there a birthday in the house? Happy belated birthday, Ario Gina. This was one of my favorites. This was totally, and I'm going to be rocking this ring. This is a fun one. Totally a fun one. Oh, what's that? I don't even know what that is. Oh, look at this bracelet. So this is cool. This says Faith on it. Didn't even know. I haven't even gone through this bag. Can you see that? This is sterling. And I'm not going to show you every single piece, but I just think that yard sales are literally, and I talk about them all the time, but they are the best. They're just the best. I can't say anything else about. Look at this ring. And it's, I don't know if you can even, it's like a black misshapen real stone. But look at the detail in this ring. I can't. It's just so gorgeous. And another favorite, and then I won't bore you with this anymore. Is it that one? No. Definitely. I love the big chunky ones. This one is beautiful. Look at that. They're all beautiful. Like, honestly, I could show you every single one, and every one I'm taking out of the bag is gorgeous. Really. Where's that big one? Well, they're all big, believe it or not. There's a couple of smaller ones, but where's that big swirly one? Where is it? That's another big one. Oh, I don't know. Oh, this one's really pretty. This is a pink crystal stone type ring. See, like it's not perfect. And I love that because I'm not perfect. I've never been perfect. I'll never be perfect. And all right, one more. Let's see. Let me pick a good one. Now, this bracelet, I don't think it's anything, but it's not marked or anything. And guys, that doesn't mean anything. Okay. Sometimes. I just thought this was really good quality. I don't see any markings in it. It's like a gold color. And you open it like that. And the fact that it has the little chain on it. See the little chain? It could be something. It could be like sterling over gold, or it could just be like gold filled or something. But I just thought it was really nice. And for $1, you cannot go wrong. So that was my big score of the day yesterday. And I'll go over. So I hope you enjoyed seeing those. I'm telling you guys, if you don't go to yard sales, you need to start. It's the best thing on the planet to do. Now, outside at night, it gets pretty dark. Well, because it's nighttime. Al will always say to me, "It's really dark out," and I'm like, "It's 10 o'clock. It's nighttime. Yes, it's dark out." Well, I usually take Louie out late, and we do have some solar lights out there, but I'm like, we still need more. And I hate spending all kinds of money on solar lights because it could be a good solar light. It could be a crappy solar light. You know what I'm talking about if you're into solar lights. Well, yesterday at this yard sale, I know. Well, I'm talking about yard sales right now. I said to this guy that was selling, I said, "So do you know if this solar light works?" Now it looks like a fan, has 4 panels on it, and then like a thing, like for the solar thing, right? And then the light itself looks like a fan. And he goes, "I don't know. I never used it." So I'm going, "It probably works." Dude, I go outside last night. Al goes, you got to come see. You got to come see this light. It's like 10:30. I don't know. It's like an airport. It's so bright and so awesome. And it makes me happy because I love having light. You never know with these animals and things like that. And I don't even think I paid $1 because I got 2 things and he only charged me $5 for the 2 things. So I don't know, man. It's just, I love yard sales. I do. I can't. And like I'm telling you, yesterday was such a great day. All right. Nancy loves the bracelet. Thank you. And everybody's saying hi to each other. I totally love this. I totally love it. Thank you so much, guys, for being so kind to each other. So it's Sunday, almost Monday, and I don't know, how's your weekend going? Today, what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. I don't know what you let me know in the comments what you guys are going to do for the rest of the day. I'm going to enjoy my pool because yesterday I was going to, and I just didn't feel great. You know, I came home, I listed a bunch of stuff on eBay because I buy the things to sell them. I don't buy them to hold on to them. It's another thing we have to talk about. So I listed a ton of stuff. I still have another good pile to go. So I might list a couple of things today, but then I want to just go outside and enjoy the beautiful weather because it's going to be gone like that. It is going to be gone before we know it, which is so disturbing. It is so sad to me. You know, the summer is so short, and this week was weird because it wasn't really hot outside. Don't you? I don't know about you guys. I think Texas was still hot all the way through, but it wasn't really hot here in Rhode Island. It was very cold in the morning, and I mean the weather was perfect. It was beautiful. I like it hot though. That's just me. I like it hot. So I don't know. Let us know in the comments that, you know, you're having a great weekend, how the weather is. And Nancy said the weather is fantastic here in New Hampshire today. And that's wonderful. I mean, Nancy, you're probably, I'm guessing, 15, 20 degrees less than we are. And we are, I think we're at, well, it says we're at 77. It feels a little bit warmer than that. No, you can't be 20 degrees less. All right. I'm thinking it's 70. So maybe I miscalculated. You know what I'm saying? But New Hampshire is always a bit cooler than where we are. So I am going to do some entertainment and music news. We might dig into a magazine that is closed up. Don't know what's in that envelope. Not that you can see where I'm pointing, but we'll see how we do. I've got a few more things to chat with you guys about in between. And again, I am glad you're here. And Scott said it's 77 and he's in Methuen. And Nancy said it's 77 in New Hampshire too. Really? We're all at the same temp. That's funny. That's so weird. We're like all 3 of us, really. Nancy, Scott, and me. That's kind of cool. All right, guys, lots going on this week. You know what I'm saying? I mean, 2 deaths we're going to talk about. And the news has not been great. It really hasn't. There is so much stuff going on in entertainment and music land. It's unbelievable. Really disturbing, honestly. The things that are going on, Bravo. I don't know if you guys are keeping up with all of that, all of the allegations that are coming out, the actors' strike, people coming out against their former employers who happen to be humongous musicians, really at the top of their game. And then behind the scenes, some people are saying, yeah, it's not so good. So I don't know. We're not going to talk about all of that, but we are going to talk about some of those things. So Sinead O'Connor, I mean, we know that she passed away, and very sad. Very, very, very sad. I was, when you read her story and you've actually, dug into what she has been through, which I was not aware. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I was aware of what happened to her son, but I was not aware about a lot of the other things, terrible things she's been through in her life. And as her death came as a shock to many, when you read her story, was it really a shock? I think it's more sad than shocking. So Sinead O'Connor, born Sinead Marie Bernadette O'Connor in Dublin, Ireland on December 8th of 1966, passed away on July 26th of 2023 at her home in Herne Hill, South London. Her parents, John and Johanna, raised Sinead and her three siblings in Dublin, and when she was 8, her parents divorced, and that is when Sinead's childhood would turn into a living nightmare. Absolutely terrible, terrible. When she was interviewed by Dr. Phil several years ago, she went into great detail about the torture that her mother put her and her siblings through. No one should ever go through anything even remotely close to what she went through, and her siblings. Sinead has said many times that her mother would take delight and would smile when she was hurting her. Sinead said that her mother told her she should have never been born, she didn't want girls, and would beat her daily. I'm sorry, even saying this is so upsetting. But, these are things that need to be talked about. They need to be said. They need to be brought out into the light. Even though she's said these things over the years, these are things that happen, sadly. Besides the physical abuse, there was also sexual abuse. And after her father left, Sinead and her siblings were forced to live outside in a shed for months at a time, all because they were sad that their father had left. Her mother died in a car crash when Sinead was 18, but told Dr. Phil that she had lost her best friend. O'Connor started recording songs when she was 15 and released her first album, The Lion and the Cobra, when she was 21. Sinead's biggest album, 1990's I Do Not Want What I Haven't Got, contains her worldwide hit Nothing Compares to You, which was written by Prince in 1984. Even though Prince wrote Nothing Compares to You, Sinead brought it to number one, but he was not happy about the success that she brought to his song. I'm still confused by this. I don't understand it, but he was mad. Sinead said that Prince invited her to his home in LA one night, and instead of it being a memorable evening between two huge artists, it turned into a frightening experience in which Sinead claimed that Prince was trying to hit her with a pillow that had hard objects inside. As he chased her around a car, she found safety at a stranger's house, and allegedly this happened because Prince wanted Sinead as his protege, and she declined. Everything changed for Sinead on the night of October 3rd, 1992, when she made the decision to tear up a picture of the Pope on Saturday Night Live. Who remembers that? And that turned into a worldwide media storm, to say the least. And after that happened, celebrities verbally attacked her, and her career went down as fast as it rose. Unreal. Sadly, this was her way of trying to bring light to child abuse, but instead it made her a target of more hatred than she had already experienced in her very young life. Sinead admitted that the fame was not something she wanted and even became the first and only artist to deny her Grammy Award. In January of 2022, Sinead publicly announced that her 17-year-old son Shane had taken his own life. Now, as any of you can imagine, she was devastated and her life changed forever from that moment forward. Bob Geldof said that some of his recent texts with Sinead were filled with desperation and some were extremely filled with happiness, which was common. When Sinead talked to People magazine in 2021, she said that she told her children to call the accountant before calling 911 in case she was found dead, because music is more valuable when an artist has passed. And how sad but true is that? And how sad but true that she had to tell her children that. Now, the real lesson here is that you really don't know what the next person is struggling with, ever. Ever, ever, ever. After Sinead tore up the picture of the Pope on Saturday Night Live to, in her way, bring awareness to child abuse, instead she was attacked for her actions, but no one knew what she had suffered from. And if they did, if they knew the reason why behind why she did it and her terrible past, would they have still attacked her the way that they did? I would hope not. And I truly think if they had known, that whole situation would have gone in a completely different direction. Hopefully her family and friends have the love and support they need to get through this difficult time. And, you know, like I said, I read about Sinead's past. I did not know she was abused in the way she was as a child or her siblings. I had no idea. And I remember, you know, just being honest here, I remember when she tore up the picture of the Pope on Saturday Night Live, and everybody was mad about it. Everybody was literally going, what the heck? This woman is insane and I hate her. I didn't say I hate her. I didn't get that. I wasn't that upset about it. I mean, I was mad, but I wasn't like mad to the point I was calling her names or anything. It's like, why would somebody do that? But the celebrities who came out and attacked her verbally, some of the male actors and artists were threatening to physically harm her as well. And to me, okay, listen, we all have our opinions, right? And we all feel the way we feel about certain situations. But holy moly, to come out and actually say that you want to hurt someone because you don't agree with something that they did. And there's a whole story behind that. There's a whole story. I do have a video I have to release on that, but there's a whole story behind the Pope picture. And, you know, I just think that if people knew, if they really knew her story before that, they wouldn't have attacked her the way they did. And that had to be hard for her. Really, it had to be. So, yeah. And as every week goes by, I'm like, okay, who's going to leave us this week? You know, it's terrible. It's just absolutely terrible. Anyway, all right. So more about yard sales yesterday. I have to say one of my really fun finds, and there's a story behind this too. I got 2 Partridge Family albums. Now, I will say, right, right? Now, this one I had never seen. I had never seen this one before. And this was a special value, 2 records for the price of one, which is kind of cool. Oh my God, he was so cute, that David Cassidy. And this seems to be in pretty good condition. I haven't even looked inside of it yet. There's only one jacket. Oh, no, are there 2? No, I think there's only one. 2 records. Oh, no, 2 jackets. All right, good. Good. Remember the Bell? Remember the Bell record label? Remember that? Come on. You can ring my bell. Hell. Ring my bell. I feel like this record label was everything when we were growing up. And then it was Casablanca. So that was a cool find, and it was so funny. So I said to the guy that was selling these, and he was a collector, and he was an eBay seller, which is fine. Sometimes it's okay because, I always say everybody doesn't know everything about things that they're selling. Literally, they don't. I don't. I never claim that I do. I mean, I know stuff. I know brands. I know some brands. I'm not going to say everything. I don't. I know what I like to look out for, but not everybody knows everything. And he did. He was he was like angry. I don't know. He wasn't having a good day or whatever. So he said, "How much are the records?" 5 a piece. Well, the funny thing is, he had already told somebody else they were $2 a piece. And this one, and I tried to take the sticker off. It's not coming off very well. I have to work at that a little bit. Had a $3 price tag on it. I said, "Well, this one says $3. He goes, "Fine." Like, what did I do? You have the price sticker on here. I can't. Some people are just funny. But anyway, he was selling a whole bunch of collectible stuff, and his prices were ridiculous. Like, some of them were really, really high. I'm like, have a great day. Good luck. So this one, look how cute this one is. I thought this was neat. I don't have this one. I don't have this album. And the funny thing is, it says free shopping bag inside. There's no shopping bag. I'm sorry to say. But I thought this was so cool. Like, how do you not? Again, the Partridge Family is another one of those. I like to pick up the albums. I mean, I have duplicates. I think I have them all. I don't know. I mean, these I had never seen. I think I've seen this one, but I don't have it, so I got it. And again, the Bell label. How do you not love it? So fun. And I'm telling you, man, this vinyl, it's great. What songs were on here? Hello, Hello, If You Ever Go, Girl, You Make My Day, Something New Got Old. Yeah, that would be me. I was new at one point. It's All in Your Mind, that's for sure. Like, I don't think, David Cassidy, okay, he wrote one song on here, and that would be There'll Come a Time. But all the other songs were written by other people. That's funny. Anyway, so that was my fun find of the day. I just thought these were great, and I can't pass up good vinyl. I just can't. Yeah, they were a great find. And so see, and the reason for me telling you, not everybody knows everything. So I did buy this book from him. It's called Bizarre or something like that, and it's from the 50s. And if you guys do go out yard sailing, whatever, I'm kind of blown away at how some books are really, I've always known this, but some books are worth tons of money, of course. However, the weirder the book, probably the more money it's worth. So again, he was an eBay seller. He said it. He was talking to somebody. So that's how I knew. And he sold me this book for $1. I can sell it for $50 all day long. All day long. Some weird stuff in it. But it's from the 50s. It still has the jacket. And it's in really good condition. So I'm like, again, not everybody knows everything. And I'm getting ready for my yard sale, the middle of September. Well, I don't know, third, fourth, fifth week. I don't know. It's 5 weeks in September. I don't know. Been getting ready for that for a couple of months now. Believe it. I know it's crazy. I want to talk to you about that. Like, I don't think I'm a hoarder. I don't think I have. I think I have a problem. Like in some areas, handbags, I have a problem. I really have a handbag problem. If it's nice and cute, I'm buying it. I don't care. Like I have to care though. I have to stop it. I really have to stop it. But I've been watching a lot of videos on minimalism. Now, I don't think I can be a minimalist. I don't think I can do that. Really, I don't. I just don't feel like I could realistically do that. Do I feel like I can pare down? I do. And I've been struggling. I'm just being honest with you guys. I have been struggling. This has been really tough for me. I'll be up at night and I'm going through my eBay stuff and I'm going through, things that I have listed on eBay, but they're delicate. So I have them in a room. I'm like, I got to get rid of this. I have to get rid of it. Do you guys have problems with that? Like, do you have problems or am I the only one? I know I'm not the only one, but and the fact that the kids have gone, right? I'm like, I cannot have this much stuff. Now, here it is. I'm telling you, I was listing yesterday, but I know now, like, I have really changed my way in terms of buying things to resell. I like yesterday at the eBay guy's yard sale, I would have bought tons of things from him. But I've really taught myself to scale back, and you and I have had this conversation. I'm trying to only buy things that I can sell for $50 and over. I am not buying the small stuff. Well, I shouldn't say small because big things can be really inexpensive. I'm trying to buy items that I know is going to bring me a good return. Because there are things I am pulling out of my eBay store. They've been on there 2, 3, 4 years. I'm like, dude, I'm losing money on these items now because the fees that you get charged every single month, every time you relist, okay, it's only 25 cents. Well, if something has been online for a long time, that 25 cents adds up. And then you have to pay the final value fee on eBay. See, a lot of people don't realize it's a lot. Like you and eBay's fees have gone up a lot. So like literally my accountant's going to go, what happened this year to eBay? And I'm going to say, I don't know. Because he's going to look at me with 3 heads and say, why are your sales so down? And I'm going to look at him and say, I don't know. I don't know. So me changing my business model around, quite honestly, has been okay. It's been a good thing. And pulling a lot of stuff out of my eBay store has been fine. It's been fine. It's been good. And I'm still getting sales. So it's okay. It really is okay. All right. Moving on. Kevin Costner. That whole thing is crazy what is going on with his divorce. But he's not fooling around when he told his almost ex-wife, Christine, to just get out. Get out, get out, get out. Crazy. So she is now out of the couple's Santa Barbara house, but is living in a smaller home within the compound. And the house she is currently living in is usually housing the staff. But that's what happens when you're mega rich. You have a staff house. I do not have a staff house. I have a me house, and I am the staff. So I live in my me house. Now, this current situation is only temporary, but since there was a court order for her to leave by the 31st of July, this move made sense for the time being. Christine is the initiator of the divorce filing, which happened back in May. And as of right now, Kevin has been ordered to pay her $130,000 per month in child support until everything is settled. And I mean, that's a lot of money. It's a lot. But maybe to her it's not. You know what I'm saying? $130,000 a month. That's pretty good. But the number started at $248,000 per month due to the lifestyle that the family is used to. Holy moly. That's like $250,000 a month. Think about that for a minute. Okay, I'll think about it. Whew. It is said that Kevin didn't want the divorce, but things got so heated during the process that the pair were allegedly fighting over which pots and pans that they would both keep. Kevin owns tons of properties, so I'm sure he can buy himself any type of pan that he wants, but guess it's the principle of ownership of the pots and pans. It's ridiculous. Like, really? I wouldn't even want to be a fly on that wall because I can't even imagine just them bickering about pots and pans. Come on. Now, Christine is challenging the pair's prenup, which stated that if they were to divorce, she would get $1.5 million total. That's it. But she is contesting the validity of the agreement and says that Kevin should also pay her legal fees, which was not part of the prenup. Now, because Christine is contesting the document, this is where it gets crazy. She stands the possibility of losing everything. Costner is worth about $250 million, but after he was kicked out of his home after his first marriage ended, this prenup was something that was going to happen no matter who he married. It was just revealed that Christine took off to Hawaii with Kevin's good friend Josh Connor, who recently got divorced and is a family friend. Christine is there with her 3 children, and the relationship is not said to be romantic, but y'all know how this goes. He's just being a supportive friend during this difficult time. Right. Now, I could say so many things, but I'm not going to. November 27th is the hearing to confirm whether the prenup is valid or not, and if Christine has the right to contest it. More to come. More to come. I think that it's just so crazy because Kevin Costner is also a major part of the TV series Yellowstone. I don't know for sure. I don't know if he's going back. And let me tell you, that's like a #1 show. I've let you guys know before. I don't watch it. I am not into that type of thing, but someone said it's not a Western, but it looks like a Western. But a lot of people love that show. I just don't watch it. So it seems like 2023 is the year to throw things at performers while they are performing. I think this is another ridiculous trend that is happening and just unbelievable. And first of all, it's rude to do that. It's rude to throw something at anybody. And second of all, it's totally dangerous. Singer Bibi Rexha. Now, I do not know her, but I feel for her because last month, Nicholas Malvania, he just wanted Bibi to take a picture with his phone, so he threw it at her and gave her a black eye in doing so, and she also had to get stitches. Now, apparently, I did not know this because these types of things don't pop up on my TikTok. Food and recipe things pop up on my TikTok because whatever you look at and whatever you ingest, that's what you're going to get served. So I get served recipes all the time, and the majority of them are desserts. I can't help it. I mean, like the TikTok desserts, honey. Oh my goodness. Just please, for that alone, you should be on TikTok. So apparently there is a TikTok trend in which you give your phone to a celebrity and they take a selfie with it, then give you your phone back. But this trend has gone into another not good direction. Malvania was not in the front row when this happened. Okay, so all of us who go to concerts, you're not in the front row. No matter where you are beyond the front row, you got a little distance there. He was in the second row. Okay, you say, well, that's not really far from the front row. However, when you got a bunch of screaming people, and Bibi is a pop artist, current, so people are bananas out of their minds, like jumping and hooing and all of that stuff. Little different than the shows we're going to at our age. Not to say we're old or anything, but our shows are a little bit different. You know what I'm saying. So he was in the second row and he had to get some power behind that throw to even get his phone onto the stage. Because again, she's a current artist. She's got lots of bodyguards around her, probably quite a bit of distance too between the stage and the fans. And you literally should see this poor girl's face. I was shook, completely shook when I saw it. Huge, like literally, I'm not exaggerating. This big of an area, black eye with stitches. So what this harmless trend did was hurt somebody who was performing, and she kept going, by the way. She kept performing. She's like, I'm all right. She wasn't all right. Because that also had to jolt her as well. Imagine you're performing and you get hit. First of all, the bruise she has, that had to hurt. And she had to perform and sing and dance and all of that. And this is probably throbbing. Terrible. So his lawyer is trying to get the criminal charges dropped against him, but this is crazy because how did he think he was going to get his phone back? When you really think about this situation, he's in the second row, he's humming the phone at this poor girl. Did you think she was going to see who threw the phone? Really? Even if it just landed on the stage, how did you think you were going to get your phone back? How? So there was just no thinking, no thought process. And that's the scary thing about today. Not a lot of thinking going on sometimes in these situations. Clearly, this was one of them where there was no thinking going on. Another unnecessary quote, unquote, attack that recently happened was someone in the crowd who was really close to the stage. Now, they were close to the stage. There was no distance between the stage and the artist. Threw an entire drink at this artist. I kept watching this video over and over again. It was horrible. So why would anyone even think of doing something like that? You know what? I'm just going to throw a drink at her. Yeah. Well, apparently she was singing a song and it's like, I don't know. She ended up saying something to the effect of, it's hot out here. It was an outdoor concert. Oh, you guys should give me some drinks or something. It was just something really innocent. She wasn't inciting a riot. So if you watch the video, this is the crazy part. The person that did it, I feel like, well, maybe not now. Maybe they're doing things behind the scenes, but I feel like that person totally got away with it. Totally got away with it. That's what it looks like to me anyway, from the videos that have been circulating online. So after Cardi B got hit with the drink, she lost her mind, understandably so. She reacted and she hummed her microphone literally just into the crowd. And she hurled that microphone. There was some power behind it. And that was her reaction. But what happened was the woman who was hit with the microphone is not the one who threw the drink. You can clearly see it in the video. She's not the one. She was actually holding her phone up, taking video of Cardi B singing. But unfortunately and sadly, and that's what happens when these types of events occur, is that innocent people are going to be hurt or brought into something that they didn't do anything in the first place. So the woman did file charges against Cardi B, but the DA's office dropped the charges due to insufficient evidence. Now, granted, this was an accident that she got hurt, but, you know, in Cardi B's defense, literally the drink completely covered her face. And that could have been anything. What if it was something that she was allergic to or whatever? What if a glass shattered in her face? It just could have gone in many different directions. She was pissed. She was pissed, and she was understandably, I think, rightfully, deservedly mad. However, should she have thrown her microphone? No, she shouldn't have done that. But it was a reflex reaction. I mean, any of us in a situation similar to that or comparable to that, sometimes you just react and you can't help it because it happens so quick. Now, Harry Styles, he has also been the object of many people throwing things at him while he's been performing overseas. I just find this crazy. And Kelly Clarkson and Adele have given warnings at their performances to not throw things. And Adele actually said, if you do throw something, I will effing kill you. She literally just said it. She just said it. Now, quite honestly, these artists can pull the plug at any time and not do live shows at all if this continues, and I wouldn't blame them one bit. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ludicrous and ridiculous. And, I'm thinking about where were the Tom Jones days where women are just throwing their underwear on the stage? Like, just throw your panties, your pantalones. Your pantalones? I don't even know. Your knickers, your briefs, whatever the heck you were wearing. Were there thongs back in those days? I don't know. I can't figure out how to put a thong on. So I don't even know. I just wear underwear. Why do you need to know that? I didn't even need to say it. Why did I say that? I don't know. But like Tom Jones being all happy about it, just woo, underwear. I don't know. Did he ever take those? I bet he did. I bet in a weird way he liked it. He had to. Same thing with Elvis. I mean, Elvis, he had bras and underwear and probably all kinds of other things. So where are those days? Those are like harmless things. They're just throwing them on the stage, unless the underwear are walking by themselves. It's harmless, soft, soft to the touch, maybe. And I have to say, I remember when I saw Tom Jones, I've told you guys this before, in Atlantic City with my mom. Oh my gosh, there was a whole group of us. My mom, my grandmother, my grandfather, my dad. I think my brother was there. I'll have to ask him. I don't know. I think there were other people there too in my family. I'm not sure. I forget. I was like 10. And I literally remember my mother. So we're all the way in the back, whatever casino he was performing at. She's like, oh, maybe I should take my underwear up there. My father's like, no, you're not. No, it's not happening. And it went away really fast. It didn't happen. So this is definitely a trend that needs to stop immediately. And that's the crazy thing about social media. These trends get started and then people just carry it. And it's like a train and it just keeps going and going and going. And sometimes it's dangerous. And this is one of those times where this is a dangerous trend. Why are you throwing things at artists? They're performing for us. We're paying money to see them. Stop it. Just cut it out. And what are you thinking? Throwing something at anybody. Let's face it. All right. Besides the fact of it being an artist who's performing and putting their heart and soul into their show, but throwing something at anybody, cut it out. Literally. I'm going to just say it. Somebody's going to be arrested for these things when it happens, because you just have to say an example has to be set. Because if that example is set, it might stop. If you keep letting people go by the wayside, yeah, we're going to just drop the charges or we're just not going to do anything. If that keeps happening, this is going to keep happening. So people need to be made accountable. If they know who does these things, they need to be held accountable. We are all adults here. Please stop. So Cindy said, yes, Elvis did so many of both items were thrown at him or landing on the stage. It's so funny. Scott says Johnny Depp had bras thrown at him at the show that Scott was at. That's funny. Like, I would love to know, do these guys take these items or do they have their people go get them? Go get me that purple lace bra over there. Like, I don't know. I bet they do. And Scott says, nothing gets tossed on stage unless the artist gestures to you. See, I didn't even know. Honestly, I know I'm dumb sometimes with some of these things, or I should say aloof. But I don't even know. I didn't even know this was a trend about giving the phone to the artist and then they take a picture of themselves. Didn't even know. I mean, I've seen things like that, but I didn't know this was a continual thing. But the throwing stuff, please, Jesus, stop it. Just stop it. Oh, all right. I'm not sponsored by Market Basket, but I got to tell you guys, and I purposefully took this with me because I think this is the deal of the century. Now, I go through, this is ridiculous, but I go through so many paper towels. This is not sponsored. Market Basket really should sponsor me because you know why? Because I love them so much and it shows how much I love Market Basket. Now, the paper towel craze trend, that's trend that I don't like. Paper towels are expensive. Let's talk about that for 1 second. Now we know that everything is going up in price. And I have to ask the question, who knows why there is a shortage on canned peaches? Can you tell me? And boxed angel food cake mix. All right, first of all, I saw this recipe, I don't know, it was like 2 a.m. last night on TikTok. I know. Menopause, what do you want? I'm up at all hours of the night. This recipe looks so good. You layer the bottom of a pan with frozen fruit. It was mango, strawberries, and I think pineapple. So she put 2 whole bags of it on the bottom of a pan, baking pan. Then she put 2 boxes of angel food cake mix on top, just like I do with the peach cobbler. Then, I don't think there was butter involved. I could be wrong though, so double check my info. She poured 2 cans of 7-Up on the cake, and she mixed it up a little bit to make sure the cake mix was mixed in. I'm telling you, this looks amazing. So today I'm going, I want to try that. I really want to try it. So I went, I got the frozen strawberries, Market Basket frozen strawberries, 2 pounds for like $3.99. Unbelievable. And I've had these many times before. They're really good and definitely worth the $4. Them, honestly, I'm buying frozen everything now besides fresh because it's cheaper and it's just as good. I'm not kidding you. And Market Basket brand, shut the front door. That's the bottom line. You have to go with Market Basket brand on a lot of things. One thing, and this just started happening, Market Basket paper towel. Now, let me talk about this for a moment. Generic paper towel most of the time sucks wind. I hate it because it doesn't pick up. It doesn't work the way it should. Now, there's one brand, and I won't even say it because I don't want to diss it, but I don't like it because it sucks. It's sucky paper towel, and it's a big brand. Bounty, I will say that. I buy it all the time. However, I saw that Market Basket now has their own brand of paper towel. So a couple of weeks ago, I decided to try it. I'm like, well, here we go. I mean, it could really suck or it could be really, really good. Here it is. Again, not sponsored. Market Basket paper towel. So you get six rolls. Okay. Now for us New Englanders, Nancy, Scott, I know Nancy goes to Market Basket. Scott, if you can, I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you. So there's 6 rolls in here. See his little paid sticker. I paid for it. I didn't steal it. They're good size rolls. This is like a 6-pack of Bounty. Okay. But now Bounty's doing 6 equals 12. So they're telling you that 6 rolls of paper towel equals 12 rolls of paper towel. That's not true because I go through it just as fast. So I said, let me try the Market Basket paper towel. It's perfect. It's perfect. 6-pack of Bounty paper towel, $22.99. I know. That's like a quarter of my grocery bill in paper towel. Market Basket, $11.99, kids. $11.99. Like half price. And it's perfect. So if you're near a Market Basket and you go through a lot of paper towel like I do, because I have pets, the Market Basket paper towel, shut the front door, get off your horse, and go get some. It's ridiculous. It is the best paper towel I have used in forever. I know. I get excited about the stupidest things. And also what Market Basket does, Michelle's like my best buddy, Michelle. By the way, send prayers to her. Her mom just passed away. I think I told you guys, but the services this week, and just send her love and prayers if you can when you have a moment. I would greatly appreciate that. So she goes to the Market Basket near her house, which is a couple of towns over from me. And she's like, they never have reduced stuff. Well, today I got an 8-pack of short ribs, and it was manager's special. That means hurry up, buy it quick before we have to throw it out. But it looked fine. 8 short ribs for $6. And when they do these things, they do them all the time. They do them with they make their specialty burgers, which I love, the feta cheese with the black peppercorn all around it. They do bacon and cheddar. And when those start to go by their good date or whatever the heck you want to call it, they mark them down. Well, today I was able to get the short ribs. So right now I have them, I boiled them, and they're sitting in a pan with, I took barbecue sauce that I have. What do I use? Oh, Sweet Baby Ray's. I use that all the time. All the time. I love that. I love that brand of barbecue sauce. It's all I really buy. Some brown sugar, some chili powder, little tiny bit of red pepper flakes, like tiniest, like maybe 5 flakes, because it really gives a lot of flavor. And there was one more thing, and I can't remember what it was. And I mixed that all up in a bowl, and I put it all on the short ribs, and then whatever barbecue sauce is left in the bottle, put it on there. And now it's going to sit there until like 4 o'clock. And that's going to be really good. I always boil my spare ribs first before I cook them. So there you go. So Scott said, it's just me, so I don't need so many. It's just Al and I too. But we have a problem. We go through a lot of friggin' paper towels. It's like unbelievable. So Nancy said, so getting the MB brand, thanks, Kiki. You are very welcome. I have to share. I have to. It's the best, like half. Can you believe that? I don't know. And Scott says, I'm a frequent shopper of the day old bakery section. So I'm trying, and I usually try to stay away from the bakery stuff because I'm just, again, I've told you guys this. I gain weight when I look at food now. That's my problem. So I really have to be careful. I do. I just have to be careful. And I know I do because if my shorts don't button or my pants don't button, there's an effing problem, which is so freaking annoying because I try to eat healthy all the time. So I stay away from the bakery section. But I also today got reduced bananas. A bag. I know this is so boring. Is it boring? I don't know. I'm not bored by it. I just enjoy talking about food. Bag of 6 bananas that are getting soft or bruised or whatever for $1.28. Well, I have a box of Dolly Parton banana cake mix. So I'm going to mush the bananas up, not all 6 of them. That would be overkill. Like that would be banana overkill. I'm probably going to take 2 bananas, mash them up, mix them in with the banana cake mix. Cause I don't know. I've been reading great reviews on Dolly Parton's cake mixes. And then make a cream cheese type frosting for the cupcakes and then go give them out to people. It's like I'll have 1 or 2 and that's it. But I like doing that. I like making things and giving them to our neighbor or whatever. So I'll do that. And I was talking about the Angel Food Cake mix. I'm going to go on Amazon and see if they have it because Angel Food Cake is great, but it's really expensive to buy it made. Because it goes really fast. Like Market Basket has a nice one for $6 in like a round pan. But literally, Al and I could eat that in one sitting because it's light and it's fluffy. All right, I'll move on now. I'll move on. So there is a new owner of Graceland, and it's clearly not Priscilla. It's not. The late Lisa Marie Presley's daughter, Riley Keough, has been made the sole heir of her mother's estate, and that includes ownership of Graceland. Lisa Marie acquired ownership of the property when her father, the iconic king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, love him, passed away in 1977. Now, remember that Priscilla began a legal battle, even though she claims that it wasn't a battle. It was not a battle against Riley very, very shortly after Lisa Marie passed away. Now, Priscilla was claiming that her daughter's will was possibly tampered with and claimed that she, Priscilla, was to be removed along with former business manager Barry Siegel from the will. So Priscilla was contesting that. Priscilla said that she never saw this 2016 document and that her name was misspelled, so there has to be something wrong with it. And suspect. In May of 2023, Priscilla told Rolling Stone magazine that my family has resolved all confusion as it relates to over plea to the court and request for document interpretation after my daughter Lisa Marie's untimely passing. Although the media identified such a plea as a lawsuit, I want to make it clear that there was never any lawsuit filed against my beloved granddaughter. This issue was settled in May of this year, and the 95-page document revealed that Priscilla received a $1 million payout plus $400,000 to cover her legal fees in this non-legal battle. Priscilla's net worth is said to be around $50 million. So in the end, was it worth creating a non-legal battle, even though she says that it wasn't a battle against her granddaughter, but if it looks like a battle? Priscilla also wanted to be buried next to her former husband within this non-battle, but that request was denied. It was recently revealed that Lisa Marie's death resulted from complications of a small bowel obstruction, which happened after she had gastric bypass. A few weeks ago, Dr. Terry Dubrow, known for his show on E! Called Botched, I do love that show and I do watch it. Dr. Dubrow said that after reading Lisa Marie's autopsy report, she had the most advanced kind of gastric bypass surgery, and scar tissue can form and in turn block parts of the small intestine. This can lead to strangulation, which causes the intestine to die. And sadly, this is what happened to Lisa Marie. Another sad part of the story is that 30 feet of her small intestine died before being taken to the hospital. And remember, she was at Graceland a few days before her death to celebrate her dad for his birthday, and she did not look well then. We had talked about it here. Dr. Dubrow also brought up the fact that he does not know if she was using Ozempic. We've all heard about this miracle weight loss drug. If Lisa Marie was taking the weight loss pill and got gastric bypass, the two together can be dangerous for some people, but there is not enough evidence regarding this, and there is still a lot more research to be done on why she passed. There are still more toxicology reports to be released regarding Lisa Marie's cause of death, and I think her kids have been through a tremendous amount, and a legal battle, non-battle, should not have been part of it. I really think it was just a shame that even happened right after she passed. I mean, it's settled now, moving on. Do Priscilla and Riley even have a relationship? It has to be awkward, right? At best. I mean, is money ever worth that? Nope. Keep the money. Keep the money. Take the control. You've had your life. Let it go. You know what I mean? John Gosling, another death that happened this week. Former keyboard player for the Kinks passed away, and he was 75. The Kinks put out a statement this past Friday, which read, "We are deeply saddened by the news of the passing of John Gosling. We are sending our condolences to John's wife and family. Now, the Kinks came to be all the way back in 1963 in London by brothers Ray and Dave Davies. Their home was filled with music, and the Ray Davies Quartet, which they formed in grammar school, once had Rod Stewart as their lead singer because he was also a student at the brothers' school. Rod was let go, though, which this was so funny, after only a couple of shows because drummer John Start's mother, he was in with the guys pre-Kinks, by the way. Well, she did not like Rod's voice because it was gravelly and awful. Like, just say what you feel, Mom. And they were practicing in her garage, so if she said he had to go, Mom was the boss. Rod, you got to go. Mom doesn't like you. Matt, like, what did she say after that? When he started to gain his fame. Oh, I like Rod now. Like, do you think she went backstage to any of his shows? Maybe. I don't know. So by the time John Gosling joined the band, who were now known as the Kinks and consisted of Ray and Dave, Mick Avery on drums, and John Dalton on bass, they had already released 7 albums, right? And one of their biggest hits was You Really Got Me. When John joined the band in May of 1970, his debut happened on Lola. Great song to come into the band with. Unbelievable. This is definitely their signature song and caused quite a stir, as Ray Davies wrote the single about a man who became intertwined with a trans woman. Very ahead of its time, don't you think? The BBC banned the song not because of its sexual implications, but because it referenced Coca-Cola, surprisingly. And product placement was a big no-no. I did not know that. Did not know it. And my gosh, today it's really the total opposite because there is product placement in absolutely everything we see. I'm just talking about Market Basket and paper towel. Not sponsored, by the way. John was with the Kinks until 1978 and left after the release of the band's 17th album, The Misfits. This was the same year that Van Halen covered the Kinks' You Really Got Me for their self-titled debut album. John helped form the Cast-Off Kinks in 1994, which featured original Lola band members John, drummer Mick Avery, and bassist John Dalton. John retired in 2008, and Mick Avery said about John's passing, "Today we lost a dear friend and colleague. He was a great musician and had a fantastic sense of humor, which made him a popular member of the band, and he leaves us with some happy memories." What is your favorite Kinks song? Let us know in the comments. Now, like I said a little while ago, there are so many crazy things going on behind the scenes in the current entertainment world, but this story is especially sad because it could have a different path, but it doesn't. It absolutely does not. Tori Spelling, who came to TV fame as Donna Martin in the hit TV series Beverly Hills 90210, which I watched every single episode, comes from a family of massive, massive wealth. But she and her children are hitting hard financial times. When Tori's father, TV producer, legendary, I should say, TV producer Aaron Spelling passed away, it is alleged that Tori was left an inheritance of about $800,000. And, you know, that's a decent amount of money, but, you know, I'd be happy with, you know what, I don't care. Like, everybody in my family has passed. So, I mean, my parents, you know, again, the whole money thing, if it comes, it comes. You know what I'm saying? It's just not something I focus on. I really don't. But we have to think about Tori's father's net worth was about $600 million at the time of his death. And the bulk of his estate was left to his wife, Candy. Tori did lots of other things, though, besides being on 90210. She's done voiceover work, was on several reality TV shows, and also has had a 5-year reality show with now estranged husband, Dean McDermott, called Tori and Dean Home Sweet Hollywood. Tori started revealing her financial struggles in 2013 by stating she had to borrow money from her mother for rent and medical bills, as most of her inheritance was spent on bad real estate deals and living a lifestyle beyond her means. In 2022, Tori's net worth was reportedly $1.5 million. Today, it's reported to be around $250,000. So a majority of her net worth from last year to today has dwindled by a lot, by a tremendous amount. It's still not terrible because, you can really live off of $250,000 depending on how you spend your money. But if you were raised and accustomed to a certain lifestyle, this has to be scary for her. I mean, this has to be so confusing. And if no one is helping her, what is she going to do? Girl needs to get help. Now, Tori is currently hosting a podcast with her former castmate of 90210, Jenny Garth, and it's called 90210 MG. They break down each episode. She obviously is making something from that podcast, but I couldn't find out how much. So I'm not sure what type of income she's bringing in from that. Tori and Dean are separated, so she's taking care of their 5 kids. But question is, why is it all on her? Like, why is everything falling just on her? Shouldn't her ex be taking on some of the responsibility? Again, everything's happening behind closed doors. We don't know. We can just speculate. But the media is focusing on her and her alone. So you just have to wonder, where is his involvement in what is going on here? So Tori and Dean are separated. So she is taking care of their 5 kids, like I said. And maybe this is a choice that Tori has made. I don't know. Tori left the family home with the kids due to a mold infestation, and that's where the most recent news began, as she was staying with her kids in a $100 a night motel. The media was all over her for that, but she was doing what she had to do, and that was take care of her kids. She's doing what she had to do. She's in mom mode. What is wrong with that? I don't understand. Today, it is said that Tori is now with her kids living in an RV park. Again, what is wrong with that? I mean, people are making YouTube videos about living in their van by themselves with their dog or their cat, or living in an RV full time. What is, I don't understand. Like, maybe it's me, but I don't understand what the problem is. I really don't. I mean, Dean said, her ex, he's mortified that his soon-to-be ex is living this way. But again, I go back to, well, how are you helping the situation? He could be. I just don't know. They're not putting that part of the information out there. Now, there have been several liens against the couple between 2016 and 2018, and they have been in a financial mess for years together. Tori's bank account was seized in 2020 because she owed American Express over $88,000, but she did pay it off last year in 2022. People, of course, are questioning why her mom, Candy, isn't stepping in to help out. So now that's the big thing. Okay, Tori's in an RV with her kids. Her mom's worth over $600 million. Why doesn't she just give her the money? There's got to be a reason. There's got to be a reason. And we don't know if Candy helped her or not. She might have. Now, Candy said in 2014 in a New York Times interview that Tori was left with such a small amount from her father because of her overspending. And Aaron passed away in 2006. Tori was 33 at the time of her dad's passing, so she had already shown that she was incapable of handling her finances. Tori said that she was never taught to deal with money the right way, and that is the key. That is the key right there. She was never taught to deal with money. Financial education should be part of a school's curriculum starting at a very young age, but still to this day, it is not. Why? I wish my kids had learned about money in school. I tried to, pass on what I know, but that should be a regular part of the curriculum for our children going through the school system like I said, from a very young age. Money is how you get by. Money is how you can get through your life comfortably. And you can get through it very comfortably if you're smart about it. Now, Tori's brother Randy received the same amount as Tori when his father passed. That was $800,000. Randy is now 44 years old and lives in Oregon with his wife and 2 daughters, and has been working as a life coach for many, many years. Randy is doing a bit better financially than his sister, as his estimated net worth is about $8 million. Now, allegedly, Candy did try to find Tori a home, but Tori refused. Again, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. We have no clue, no idea. So the media can bash all they want, but you don't know the real story unless someone says it. Unless Tori comes out and says, my mother hasn't reached out to me, hasn't tried to help me. But even at that, we still don't know the whole backstory. Clearly, she's not good with money. Now, are Tori and Randy close with their mother? Only they know. The last thing I could find was in 2022, Tori, Randy, and Candy were together at some event as a night out or whatever. But it seems like they just don't have the closest relationship. And you go to the point of, is it Candy's responsibility to financially float Tori? I say no. I say absolutely not. But as a mother, if she knows that her daughter and children are at jeopardy of being in danger of some way, I would hope as a mother, as a parent, she would step in and help no matter what. I really would hope that. I would pray that is a thing. Now, because Tori is living in an RV is not awful, because she's giving her children a place to live. So I don't think that's as terrible as they're making this out to be. Hopefully, Tori can straighten out her financial life, because she is a TV icon and she can definitely capitalize on that, but she needs the right guidance to do so. And hopefully someone trustworthy lands in her path really, really soon. I really do pray for the best for her, because yes, she has lived this lavish lifestyle. I mean, their mansion sold, gosh, the Spelling mansion, I think, sold for like around, don't quote me on this, $160 million. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But Candy has access to it all. Now, Randy, I'm not really sure about his financial past, but it seems like he's on the right path and has been for a long time. He did battle addiction, but he straightened his life out. So with Tori and Candy, I read this while I was doing this research. Candy said years ago, I think it was in 2014, or maybe it was 2018, I don't know, that Tori and Dean shouldn't even be together. Probably because they both just don't know how to manage money. But Tori can turn this around. Anybody can. Anybody can take this and turn it around. And I'm confident that Tori can do it, because she has her children. She has 5 kids she has to take care of. So Scott likes Better Things. That's his favorite Kinks song. Thank you for sharing, Scott. I love the Kinks. All right, so Tiger Beat, I'm going to do a little bit of that. See how much we get through. Hold, please. Hold, please. All right. Put my things in. I had half of a Market Basket cinnamon raisin bagel for breakfast, because one whole bagel is 260 calories. That's a lot. So I said, all right, I'll do the 130 calories for the half a bagel. So good. With butter on it. Makes me happy. It's all like fluffy and crunchy at the same time. So here we go. This is from, when did I get this? March 14th of 2022. Like, I'm ridiculous. I have no idea what's in here. Let's see. Let's see what magazine it is. Let's see. All right. Some nice cardboard protecting it, which I love. You know I love me some good cardboard. Ooh, Oh, look at this. It's Circus Magazine. It's not even Tiger Beat. With Barry Gibb on the front. Let's see. Oh, Journey's in here. So Sgt. Pepper's Special. Bee Gees, Aerosmith, Frampton, Alice. Journey. One man can make a difference. Infinity is a brand new journey. Well, this is so fun. And this is from, sorry, I almost burped. March 30th of 1978. And the magazine was $1. Like, this is crazy. I love this. I love this. $1. $1. This was boy, these people keep their things in such nice condition. I love that. So oh my God, look at that Panasonic ad. All right. So here's the without the shiny stuff on it. Nancy says, I see Journey on the cover. All right. All right. Oh, look at this. Jobs. 14 places to look for good jobs without a college degree. Now, that's going to be quite interesting. Attention shoppers. Stars. Now on sale everywhere. I don't even know what that is. What is that? I know Stars is like a movie network. I don't know what that one was. This one is play beyond your means. When you're looking for that big break, Hohner can be instrumental. Hohner. So I always see, I haven't seen them in a while, but Hohner harmonicas. And I'm telling you, I bought everything vintage. Like if I knew it was old, I would buy it. They're not worth anything. Some of them, I guess some of them have some value, but the common harmonicas from Hohner, not worth much at all. What's this now? Little Judy McCann hates Raggedy Ann every night before bed. She plays Ted. Double Live Gonzo, a double album of Ted Nugent live on Epic Records and tapes. Oh my gosh, that's funny. That is so funny. And then the table of contents. We won't even go over all that because we'll be flipping the pages. I see Gene Simmons. And then here are circus letters. Let's pick one. Oh, we're going to do this one because it has Al's name in it. Sticking with Al. I miss Al. As I finished reading issue 175 of Circus, I realized I rather enjoyed back pages by Al Aronowitz. I think he is pretty cool dude and he's got his shh together. He's got my vote anytime. I especially like the comment he made about the vote yourself out of jail bumper sticker. I liked it so much that I decided to make my own sticker with his words in mind. And that was from Marbles in New York, New York. Hitachi, the new leader in audio technology. Who had a Hitachi receiver or speakers or something? Marantz. That's the big one. That's the big one. If you see a Marantz, oh my gosh, you're lucky. You're really lucky. What's this? The Goose? Prophecy fulfilled. The Goose are here. What is that? Like, I don't know this, but I'm sure Scott probably knows what it is. The Goose? I don't know. Let's see. Circus card, the postcards, you can send it in. You had to place your stamp to get your Circus magazine. And you could get 26 bi-weekly issues for only $12.50. What a deal. Cuervo. Jose Cuervo. No kidding. Look at that. For centuries, we've wound our clock by hand, and for centuries, we've made Cuervo gold by hand. Oh, wow. Artemis Pyle. Dude. Look at that. It's crazy. And let's see what this says. Skinnerd legacy unfolds. Leonard Skinnerd fans can take heart in the news that a follow-up album to Street Survivors is already in the can and set for release this summer. The album, recorded in Music Shoals in 1969, will offer a retrospective look at the band who were cut down in their prime last October. Its release was actually scheduled before the tragic plane crash. Artemis Pyle has been playing in a bar band in South Carolina, but Billy Powell has said that he wants to quit the road and become a session musician, says Medley. Leon Wilkerson is out bar hopping as usual. Bruce Springsteen reborn to run. When Bruce Springsteen shot to stardom 2 years ago with Born to Run, the accompanying publicity rivaled a political assassination. Bruce's next album will be released in April, but this time around, New Jersey's rock hero has insisted on keeping a low profile. Was he really keeping a low profile then? I don't know. Boston 2 to April 21st. Those of you who bought Boston's debut album, and there's a few million of you around somewhere, will be relieved to learn that the group's second effort will be in the shops during the last week of April. Title? ? Following in the Chicago tradition, Tom Schultz has decreed to a simple Boston 2. Simple. I like simple. Watermark is a signpost to success. Art Garfunkel to tour behind latest solo effort. Here's Art. Here's Art Garfunkel, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I have to fix this cover. Hold on, I don't want to rip it. These old magazines are pretty delicate, I will say. Barry and the rest of the group were there to help, notes Carr. I was impressed with Art's ability to hang in there on the project, with production centered on singing and lyrics. He just painted his music around them. He works very hard to get just the right sound with a cymbal here or a guitar there, then adding little splashes around it. Splashing. Charlie Anley. Too much is not enough. I don't know Charlie. Sorry. Do you know Charlie? Do you know Charlie Anley? Scott says Stars was a band in the 70s and early 80s. See, I knew you'd know that. I knew. Do you know him? Do you know this guy? Scott's looking him up right now on Google. No, you probably know who it is. Al Green is still the one. Memphis's Minister of Soul produces a masterful rock revival. It's time for a big change, says Al Green, Memphis's premier soul singer, the holder of such radio-worthy hits as Tired of Being Alone, Here I Am, Come and Take Me, and Let's Stay Together. Oh, let's stay together. Oh, yeah. Love him. The most radicalization of pop music's most successful minister, he's sold in excess of 30 million records, is thorough. Green has severed his ties with former hit producer, co-writer, and longtime associate Willie Mitchell and moved his high records to a new label, Cream, and he opened his own $350,000 studio. Ludwig drums. Like, do we not still always see that name? Mick Fleetwood, John Bonham, Roger Pope, Simon Kirke, Alan Gratzer, Carmine Appice, Henry Weck, Ainsley Dunbar, Don Brewer, Roger Taylor, Alan White, Michael DeRozier, Robert Mix, Barrymore Barlow, maybe next time, Ludwig drums. Boom, boom. Hey, Patty. Welcome. We're just reading a circus magazine. So you want to get funky? Chicagoan Peter Brown shocks the world of disco. So how did he do it? Who's Peter Brown? Like, I feel like I say that a lot. Who's this? Who's that? I can't help it, but who's Peter Brown? Let's find out who, well, I don't know. We won't. I'm just going to read a paragraph. It's hard to see where 24-year-old Peter Brown got his trace of a British accent, maybe listening to Bee Gees disco hits, but you may as well go right past that and ask how a young, white, unemployed recluse from a Chicago suburb went from zero to winning a major award from Record World magazine as Best New Male R&B Vocalist for 1977. All right, who is he? His song is Do You Want to Get Funky? It was the first disco single to sell 500,000 copies. Really? Huh. I don't know. I don't know. Like that's a lot of information. Oh, who's this? There is that Jackson Brown? Warren Zevon hit parades his heady visions. Why can't I read that? The charming cynic's excitable boy. Warren Zevon. And is that Jackson Brown? Can you see? Can you see that? Yeah, I think so. It looks like Jackson Brown down there. I know that's Warren. Let me see. Is there? Yeah, it is Jackson Brown. New York is. I'm so Rhode Island. New Yorkers tend to think that the Eagles and I and Jackson and Ronstadt all live together in one big house in Malibu or something, gently grouses Warren Zevon. Since the Fleetwood Mac rhythm section plays on one cut of his new album, Excitable Boy by Asylum, the reporter is tempted to ask Zevon if they live there too, especially since his 1976 self-titled album had the Macs, Buckingham, and Nicks in a cameo appearance. And what about Bonnie Raitt, Carla Bonoff, The Section, Linda's band, and Ronstadt herself? They've all appeared in various places on the two records, and Linda did 3 of his songs. Right? Right. Sounds like Fun Boy. Sounds like Fun Boy. Yeah. We put our minds to reading yours. Yamaha. Gosh, these old ads, I love them. They were very thoughtful, don't you think? We put our minds to reading yours. I love that. Roll back the hands of time. Dr. Buzzard's original Savannah band meets King Pennant. Now, who's that? Hold on. Let's see. August Darnell, Mickey Sevilla, Sugar-Coated Andy Hernandez, Stoney Browder Jr., and Corey Day. Like, I don't know them either. Oh, wait. Scott says Peter Brown helped write Material Girl by Madonna. What? That really? Really? That Peter Brown? Well, maybe because if he was involved in disco, that makes a lot of sense. But who are these guys now? Who are these guys? Dr. Buzzard's Savannah Band. I don't know. I don't know who that is. The War in Inner Space. Galaxy hits the airwaves with soulful science. Although anything galactic these days is automatically aligned with the commercial surge of Star Wars and Close Encounters paraphernalia, War has no intention of jumping on that bandwagon with their latest album, Galaxy by MCA. Relaxing in War's office on LA Sunset Boulevard, Papa D. Allen, War's spokesman and percussionist, reacts strongly to claims of a Star Wars connection with the band's new album. War recorded 2 albums with Eric Burdon. Eric Burdon Declares War and Black Man's Burden, and then during a European tour, an exhausted Burdon was unable to finish the tour. He told us, "You all carry on," Papa D recollects, and the rest record sales in excess of 20 million, 7 platinum albums, 9 gold singles is history. War. 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 And Scott says, I love this stuff. It's like an educational podcast. That's good. All right. So what's the one thing you've learned so far? I think the great thing about reading these nostalgic magazines, and I'll be honest with you, Al's like, you should stop doing it. And I said, but I like reading them. And why not share it with you, even if only a few of you like it? Well, I like reading them. So I'm going to share it, and it might jog your memory into going, oh my gosh, I had that magazine, or I loved that band, or you know what? I don't know who that band is, because some of these bands, I just don't. And I say it all the time. I'm not afraid to say it. I just don't know who some of these bands are. Now, I don't know these guys either. Like, I feel like now I'm in an abyss of unknowing. It says this duo can glide. Sanford and Townsend build strong following on second LP. In 90 days, we'll know if it's a boy or a girl, or a hit or a flop. John Townsend is referring to his and partner Ed Sanford's new release, Duo Glide by Warner Brothers. The album title says it all. One meeting is enough to convince even the most pessimistic that these boys are never going to starve. If they don't continue making it as an act, their transition to producing will only be a little sooner. Their current success is due to their determination to swallow any experience whole and keep changing with the world's most changeable business. They work with PR people at Warner's, read all the music magazines, and generally involve themselves in every aspect of touring, promotion, and recording, even down to the album cover. It's like the prize in the Cracker Jack box. I love that, says Ed of their latest cover, An Illusionist, LA Fantasy. The Duo Glide chapter of the Benevolent Protective Order of Crazy Los Angeles Songwriters, John Townsend, and partner in rhyme, Ed Sanford. Why do I feel like I know who they are, but I don't? All right, Scott, what did they write? Sanford and Townsend. I feel like I don't know them, but I know them. Do you see what I'm saying? It's jogging my memory. Like, it doesn't say anything. While on tour, they make it a point to go into radio stations and meet program directors. We thank them for playing our record, maybe ask them why they like it, says John. Hell, says Ed, these guys want to meet you. They're in the business because they like it. You know, when Frampton and his manager first hit LA, they didn't know the stations, so they drove around in a car looking for radio towers. Do you believe that? That was a time, literally, and I talked to Eddie Money about this too. They got in their cars, and Eddie Money, I think he was saying he had records in the trunk of his car, and he went to radio stations and handed them out to different program directors. So that was the old school way of promoting your music. You had to do it. So guys, I'm going to go because Louis is having a mental breakdown. He just is. He's having a breakdown, and I have to go see what is going on because I don't want him having a mental breakdown. But I'm so glad you guys were able to spend a little bit of time with me today. You know, we got to finish this up because now we got to see what Journey has to say about Infinity. That's going to be interesting. I don't know. Maybe I'll be here next Sunday. I got a very busy week this coming week, but just be on the lookout. Whenever I can come on here and chat with you guys, I will do that. I just cannot have a set schedule right now. I love you so much, and I'm glad you're here. And we thank you so much for your support. If you have not yet downloaded the app of Kiki.fm, please go ahead and do so. Telling you, it's great. It's the only thing I listen to, the only station I listen to. And it's not just because it's ours, it's because Al did such a great job programming it. No question. Hands down, you can listen to it for hours at a time and not be bored, which is so, so cool. Nancy, thank you as well. Thank you guys for being here. Remember to hit the like button before you go. Subscribe if you like this type of video, if you like this type of hangout. Again, we appreciate you so much. Your support means everything. Happy Sunday. Have an amazing week. You guys are amazing. And again, just love yourselves. Love everybody around you. Love your life. Remember to stay strong. Be kind. Do you hear this? He's going crazy right now. Remember to be strong, stay kind, and most importantly, always remember to always keep rocking. Guys, you're the best. Mwah. Love you. Sending hugs. Have a great day. Have a great week, and I will see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye. Bye. See you guys.